Hello, today you're going to learn about practicing the star using the Cambium system. So here is a document that has step-by-step guidance on how to log in and how to take a practice test or practice with the features. So we're going to go ahead and begin by clicking on this link. While clicking on that link, when clicking on this link, you'll go to the texasassessment.gov where you do have the ability to print some of the STAR release tests or play with the online release tests. If you want a release test, you can select this first box tile or go to STAR All 2 or order some tests that you will have to pay for. Next, we have the online practice test. We want to click on the first option. The second option is when your campus testing coordinator has to set up a practice site, a practice session where students can log in using their name and their TSDS number and the session ID. But for now, we're going to just practice using the non-sign-in version of practice test. When you click on that, you'll run into this page and there's nothing to do. Just click on the green button on the bottom that says sign in. When you sign in, you will select a grade level. You can do EOC and then select the subject or any of these grade levels. Of course, during the STAR test, the student will not have access to this. It'll be automatically done for them. So I'm going to hit 4th grade, and in 4th grade we have several options. We have STAR redesign practice test, we have new item types, and we have a released and practice test. We have TELPAS, we have revising and editing. If you want to practice writing, it's all there. So I'm going to hit the first one, and we do have a 4th grade reading, Braille, Spanish, and then we have math. 4th grade Spanish. So I'm going to go with 4th grade. Under 4th grade, we do have the calculator. We're going to turn that one on. Remember, all these features will be automatically assigned to a student based on their IEP. But during the practice, they can play around with it, or you can tell them not to choose any of them. But it's important that those that do qualify find out what it means. Auto text-to-speech. We have a few students that are needing the auto text-to-speech. Sometimes it's a little bit frustrating for students because it reads one question, they answer, then the entire next question, they answer, and so forth. And sometimes the students prefer to control what's read. If they prefer to control what's read and they're able to do that, then I would select text-to-speech instead of auto. Content and language support, if a student qualifies for that, is a very useful accommodation for those that need it. If we want to zoom in, if we want to change our color setting, there's white on black, yellow, whatever color they want. I'm going to pick the original default. Mouse, I do want a large mouse just to demonstrate right now. Always tell your students that they have to scroll to the bottom because they might be missing out on some information. Presentation is if you want to switch to Spanish, but for the practice you'll have to go back and log back into the Spanish math test in this case. The graph and draw feature is automatically given to all students in math, so I'm going to go ahead and select. Notice that the next page has the sound check, so I got to select sound check, little button right there.
This text is being read aloud.
And I can change it to different voices. I've got Syra.
This text is being read aloud.
Okay, I like her voice. I'm going to go a little bit stronger in the pitch, and the rate I'm going to slow down, maybe to 8. And test it again.
This text is being read aloud.
All right, I'm happy with that. Scroll a little bit down and you'll click I heard the voice, I did not hear the voice, or I'm just going to skip this whole test. If you do not hear it, it's probably because the speaker is off or there's something wrong with the sound system. So you should log out and check the computer first before continuing. For now, I did hear the voice, so I'm going to hit I heard the voice. The next page has test settings, so I can view my test settings. What did I select? I'm okay with that. Now I'm going to go to the bottom. The next thing is help guide. Let me view my help guide. This is an extensive review of every feature that's allowed and what it means. So this is available to students anytime throughout the test. So I'm glad I know where it's at. I'm going to begin my test now. When I open up my test, I can see at the very top items. The symbol indicates unanswered. I click items again, it goes away. It has a percentage bar of completion. It has the name of the test, the name of the student, the session ID. Now on a practice site, you're not going to see that because we didn't log in with our name. I do have a question mark in case I need to go back to my tool feature descriptions. Close, and that'll always be there. I do have a systems settings. I want to adjust my volume or anything. Okay. And I have a pause button if I want to pause to go to the restroom or need to go to the nurse or anything like that. Next we have the back arrow, the next arrow, and the save button. We have the ruler where you can move around, move the ruler around, or get it out of the way by clicking the ruler. We have the reference guide. This is our formula chart or reference guide. You can make it bigger or reduce it back. Calculators there. We can move around our calculator. Remember, this is for only students that qualify for a calculator. We have a notepad with 1,750 characters that kids can type whatever they want and it'll save it. We have the graph paper, so we can do the graph if we need to. We can use it. The graph has a transparency little button. It has the grid size if we want big grids or small. The color, what do we want to use as far as our dots. We can add a point right here, anywhere. It'll go to the corners. We can drag a line to that, to that. Oh, connect the line. I didn't press it. Connect the line. And then, why is it not? Connect the line. There it is. It's not connect. Oh, there it is. It's green, but it's kind of hard to see. Let me change it to red so you can see it. And if we don't want to deal with graphs, I'm just going to hit reset. I'm going to do the transparency very, very low. I'm going to move this graph around and I'm going to draw because I'm used to like underlining or circling stuff that I need. I'm going to do that. I'm going to cross that out or whatever. I can do this. The only thing is that once I move out of this question and I go to the next one, it deletes all that. This will stay here. See, it's just a grid. I can make it bigger if I want to cover the whole page, or I can make it smaller. That is the graph paper tool. Line reader, if I want the line just to follow along so I won't lose my place, I can go up and down using my arrow keys or remove it by clicking it again. I can zoom out and zoom in. Just remember, when you zoom in, you do have to scroll all the way to the bottom so you don't miss anything. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and go through this. One more thing. I noticed this is boxed in. This is boxed in. This is content and language support. It's kind of giving you another word for what that is. Mixing container, and it has a picture.
Mixing container.
And it has a verbal. So not every student gets that. It's only those who qualify. But it is available there. So I am going to go ahead and answer as many questions as I can. And I'm just going to guess. Because I want to show you. Oh, this is a drag and drop question. That's a new item type. We have that. Next. Which statement is true? Select two answers. And I'm just going next to just so I show you. Oh, there's my answer. Here's another one. Here's a drag and drop. And you know, when we're talking to the kids, we do want to point out that like this one has two correct answers. I'm gonna go ahead and skip. I'm gonna put 1.8. I don't know, 9. Something like that. Next. This one I don't know what the answer is, so I'm just gonna go to the next. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it blank. This one I'm gonna flag it. It's got this little menu right here. I didn't go over it. You can mark it for review, and it has a little flag there, and it'll show you which ones you mark for review, so they can go back. We also have the sticky notes section there. We have a speak option, and we have strike through. The speak question means
On which number line does point
it'll
P
read the
best
whole
represent
question.
the distance of
And we can
1.0?
stop it. That's the difference. We can stop it. The auto text, we can't stop it. This one we can. We can also do, I'm going to select that, and I'm going to speak selection.
ES point P best represent the distance of 1.0.
And I can stop it also. So I'm just going to go to the next one. I'm going to click that. Next. I'm running out and select two questions, two answers. And I'm trying to go real quick because I'm running out of time. Yes. Next. Yes, like I'm leaving those blank. One right there. Next. Which ones are right? Which ones are twos? Next. Click. Next. And this is a drop down. These are the different questions that we're getting in the spring. All right, so now we're done. We're at the end of the test, and I'm going to go to next, and it's telling me you finished. Okay, hit the end test. I'm going to say, yes, I'm done with my test. But what it does, it gives you this little guide that shows you the red triangles, and the red triangles mean that you do not have an answer, and the flag means that you can go back and look at it because you weren't sure about your answer. So when the kids raise their hand and say, I'm done, this is the window that you should see. Now you can't force them to do this because sometimes they'll bypass that. So they can always click that red triangle, go to it, then go back to my items. Oh, I still have a red triangle there. Let me answer that. Oh, what else do I have? Do I have another triangle? Yep, right there. Answer it. Now I'm going to end my test. Yes. I have a flag for review, but I'm done with it, so I'm going to submit my test. Are you sure? Yes. And when you submit the test, the kids will see what they got right. For example, number 18, they got it right because they got a 1 out of 1. Number 20, they got 0 out of 1, so they got it wrong. Number 19, they got 1 out of 2, so they got 1 answer. You can always click on this number, 18, and go back to the question, and it tells you what you got wrong. Okay, so anytime you can do that, you can go back to test results and see, okay, question number 1 was wrong. Which one's my right answer? I don't know. I need to pick again. But this is how you can practice, and when you're done, it closes and you lose all this information. So this is when you don't log in. You're just practicing with the tools and stuff like that. All right, well, that's it for me. If you have any questions, please contact your campus testing coordinator and they will assist you. Thank you and have a great day.